All right, we're gonna do a quick video on troubleshooting your token reader for the new bookworms. Okay, so once you have a normal screen up, go ahead, open your door and take a look at your token reader. See if your token reader, if the red light is flashing or not. So if you have a solid red light, generally that means, everything's good. But if it blinks, it'll blink a certain amount of times and tell you what's wrong. There's different flash codes here, but the one I want you to look for, see if you have a 2 flash. All right, that means an accept gate error. So it'll just go flash, flash, pause, etc. What you're gonna do, if this is the case here, where it's just giving you a 2 flash, go ahead, pull this little area out and look down in this, all in this groove area. Cause I've seen, anything, if a kid sticks any other kind of weird thing in there, or just even something was stuck to the token and falls in there, that can give you an accept gate error. So just really get your flashlight on, look in this whole little pathway, make sure that there's nothing stuck in there. And then also pull your little tube cassette out. You just pinch this and then just pull that out and take a look, this little clear chute here. Make sure that there's not, because if a token gets wedged, they can start building up, and then this whole little clear area can just fill up with tokens. It's pretty rare, but just give it a quick check. Make sure that there's not behind this clear part here, there's not just a whole stack of tokens building up. All right, so, and then while this is open, go ahead and hit your A. See how it does that? So if you hit a letter while the cassette's out, it'll just kind of re-kick all your little ejectors, which this token reader doesn't actually eject tokens, but still, if something gets wedged up, it can cause an error. So just do that, and then, pop this back on. I kind of get the bottom on, and then just give it a little shake and pop it back on there. All right, so yeah, that's for a 2 flash. So if you're getting a 2 flash, check in there, pop that off, hit the button, reset the power to the machine with the little blue switch. If once the machine boots up, now once the machine's booting up, this light will shut off until your main screen comes back. So reset it. It just takes a minute for it to reboot, and then if it's still doing the 2 flash, give me a call and just let me know it's 2 flash and you tried all the steps. I'll just send you another token reader. All right, because they can just the software and the firmware in there goes bad and will 2 flash you. Okay, so let's say you have a solid red light now and it's still not taking tokens. All right, so first thing is, this is the little coin return trigger. Make sure this little blue trigger is not being pushed down, because even if it's being pushed down that much, tokens will go straight through it. It'll just give all the tokens back to the students. And now, this is a little loose, so it can be laying on it like that. This is a little loose, but you just, if this isn't seated good or something, this could be kind of pushing on that blue trigger. So just make sure, that trigger's good there. And again, you can still check all the other stuff, like I said, even if it has a solid red light, still open that up, make sure there's nothing in there, pop it off, do the little button thing, give it a try, it's not gonna hurt it. At this point though, the trigger's good, you got a solid red light, it's still not reading tokens. Make sure you have a price set on the front. And all you do, just hit, before you put anything in, just hit a number. And you see how it's got $12.75. There's no credit, we didn't put a token in, but you should have a price of $12.75. Technically, you could set these prices to be different, but we set them at $12.75 for a reason that I won't go into in the video, but this is how we ship them out. $12.75, that's what it should be. All right, so you do have a price, so that's not causing it. Here's what I would do now. If you look now, some of you, the motherboards will be here, in this little cubby, and it's a little harder to see these little buttons, but it's just that menu button you should be familiar with by now. We did move these to the back of the door to make it easier, but we're just gonna go ahead and hit our service mode button. It's the one that's kind of got the red light right on it. Now, oops, let me exit out of here first.
Please choose the item number, then press enter.
All right, so normally you would do the all 8s, but we're not gonna do that here. We're gonna do a different password. We're gonna do 125808521. It kind of does like a reverse L, or upside down L, if you see what I mean. 125808521. All right, now that'll put us into a different menu here. And all you're gonna do here is hit enter, and then hit enter, or if it's not on coin, you know, scroll it. You wanna get it on coin and then hit enter, okay? I've seen these like reset a couple times, it's rare, but this is worth checking. So then once you do that, that's all you have to do, just exit out and then maybe try your token again. I'm not sure, just to be safe, if you have to do that setting, reset the power. That's probably what you should do. You know, and then it'll suck that into the memory. And then, okay, so solid red light now. We checked the trigger. We checked that there's nothing jammed in there. We just did the setting. Really, at this point, the only other thing you could do is reprogram your tokens. Now, over the years, we've had to start using different metals. So some of them are kind of like rose gold and some are gold. If you happen to have like both styles, you know, grab a little bit of each. It takes about 20 tokens to do this. So if you don't worry about it. We've tested all of these metals exclusively, and so they'll all work. It's just with all the shipping stuff going on and the shortages and that, we've had to switch to some of these rose gold tokens for now. But if you have both, use, you know, grab 10 of each or so. But it doesn't matter. You can use either one of these and all of the, you know, either one, and it'll work fine. So what we're going to do while the machine is on, we're going to go ahead, we're going to look down at our token reader here, and then all you're going to do is you hold down this little yellow button until the light starts blinking. Okay, now we're going to hit BA, like boy apple, and then it'll start blinking faster. And at this point, you can just go ahead and you start inserting your tokens until that light goes solid. I guess I kind of got to finish it here on this one so it works. So let me just do that. Now, I don't recommend grabbing the same 10 tokens and just reusing them. Grab 20 different tokens. I'm just going to use what I have on me here. You know, what this does, it detects like the minute differences in the metal and just kind of teaches this unit to only read these specific tokens. Okay, and when you do this, they're just going to go in here. That's normal. Just grab some of these. Yep, and try not to do this too slow, because if you wait too long, then that thing will just go solid and it didn't actually teach it. Okay, see, there you go, it went solid. Now, because this was already taught before, as soon as I put it in, it went in there. Well, regardless, even right now that read it, I could tell. So you see how it says I have a credit of 1275. So it read that token. But after you do this token teach, even if there's a credit on there right now, just go ahead and shut the machine off and turn it back on. You know, usually anytime you do a setting, you got to reset the machine for it to like take effect. So, okay, there's really nothing else that I could think of. I mean, again, you know, the 2 flash thing is pretty straightforward if that's your issue. There is some other error codes, but you'll never really get these. You know, the only thing I ever tend to see, at least with these bookworm units, is the 2 flash. So go ahead, do all the steps in the video, and then if you still can't get it working after that, just let me know and we'll send you a replacement token reader. I mean, I'll show you right now. Replacing these token readers, super simple. All you do is shut your machine off. Okay, and these token readers, you just got to find the cable. These token readers, you see, they kind of tuck them in here. There you go. So you simply unplug it. There's just like a little clasp. If you see that little clasp there, it's kind of hard for me to do with one hand, but let me see. All right, there you go. So you just unplug it, and these token readers aren't screwed down. You just simply grab the token reader, lift it up and off. And my cable's just intertwined there, but you know, I could get that off. There's 3 holes on the back of the token reader there, and there's 3 little screws there on the door, and it just kind of mounts on there. So, oops, I unplugged the wrong one. And that's the other thing too. You can't really do this wrong. This one just has like an extension cable. Most of you won't have that, but regardless, same thing. It just has like a little clasp, and you're going to go ahead and unplug it. Okay, And then you would just simply grab your new one. Now, if you have something like this where it has multiple plugs and you're like, hey, what do I do here? Don't worry about it. You can plug it to any of these. So this one, most of you won't have this extra plug stuff. I don't even know why they got that there. It must just be the kind of cables that are in stock right now. But then, yeah, so you just get those cables out the way. And then you grab your new token reader. And same thing, you just kind of get it popped on. You just have to feel it. There you go. And it just kind of hangs on there. And then you just, get your cables out of the way there and plug them in and turn your machine back on. And then everything will be good to go. So, okay, I hope that helps you. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. And we thank you for choosing Global Vending.